Welcome to B2Net Code channel. Guys, in today's session, we'll see how to configure the summary address of BGP. We call it route aggregation or aggregate address, right? So IP addresses are already configured. As you can see on the screen, the network between R1 and R2 is 12 network, and I have configured 4 loopback networks on R1. So we'll see how we can send the summary address of 10 network to R2, right? So we'll configuration route aggregation on R1. So before that, let me show you the IP addresses. As you can see on R1, IP address 12.1.1.1 is configured on fast Ethernet 00, and 12 10.1.1.1, 10.1.2.1, 10.1.3.1 and 10.1.4.1 are configured for loopbacks 1, 2, 3, 4 respectively, and IP address 12.1.1.2 is configured on R2, and there is currently no protocol running, so we'll be running IP protocol BGP. Okay, so let's go to router BGP 100. We'll keep the AS number 100. Okay, so let's give it a network command 12.1.1.0. Mask will be 255.255.255.0. Okay, and enter. Similarly, we'll have 10 network 110. Similarly, we have 10.1.2 network. Similarly, will have 10.1.3 network. Similarly, we have 10.1.4 network. Okay, and right. Now show IP BGP neighbors, show IP BGP. Okay, so we can see that there is no next hop, right? Because there is no neighborship with anybody, only local networks are there. Okay, that have a default weight of 32768, and this is the IBGP internal path, right? And now we will configure BGP on other router also. Show IP BGP summary, show IP route. Okay, so we can see that all individual routes are there connected, and let's see on R2 config T router BGP 100 network 12.1.1.0 255.255.255.0. Oh, I'm sorry, we have to give the masks option also. Okay, and right, show IP BGP. We can see that next hop is 0, so show IP BGP route, show IP route BGP. Okay, let's do show IP route first of all. We have only one route. Show IP BGP summary. Okay, neighborship is not there because we haven't given the neighbor command, and BGP considers only static neighborship command. Okay, so we will do that by going to configure router BGP 100 neighbor, who is our static neighbor 12.1.1.2, 12.1.1.2 remote AS is 100, exit, do right. Okay, so give same command on router BGP 100 neighbor 12.1.1.1 remote AS is 100 and right. Let's wait for the message for the neighborship to come up. Show IP BGP neighbor. Here we can see that 12.1.1.2 is a neighbor, remote AS 100 and internal link, right? And show IP BGP neighbor. Okay, so BGP neighbor is 12.1.1.1, internal link, remote AS 100. Show IP route. Now let's see if it is sharing the routes. Neighbor 12.1.1.1 came up. Show IP route and show IP route. Okay, now uh, all these networks are connected to directly to the R1 router, right? And uh, we have advertised 10 network also on R1. So these networks, let's see, they are coming on R2 or not. Show IP BGP neighbors. Okay, show IP route BGP. So with the help of BGP, 10 network has started coming, but they are coming individually. Show IP route. We can see that 10 network is coming individually via 12.1.1.1 and 12.1.1 is a directly connected network also. Okay, and it is learning 10 network through BGP. Now we want that R1 should not send individual networks to R2. It should send a summary network or aggregate network address. Okay, so let's see how we can do that. Route aggregation helps us to reduce the size of routing table, right? So we want that for 10 network there should be one entry only. So let's see how do we do route aggregation on R1. Go to router R1, rou router BGP 100 aggregate address. We need to give aggregate address here. It will be 10.1.0.0. Okay, mask will be 255.255.248.0. Now let's see what other options we have available here. So we have one option, summary only, filter more specific routes from updates. Okay, so for now let's give aggregate address only. Okay, and do right. Now let's go to R2 and see what all routes it is receiving from R1. Here we can see that uh, routes are coming with the 200 AD value, that is for IBGP, and here we see that individual routes are also coming and summary address is also coming, right? Okay, so summary address is coming with the 24, 21 subnet mask and individual addresses are also coming. So this is not reducing the size of summary table. So what we can do, we can give this command in aggregate address command, and we can add summary that you should send only summary, not individual routes, right? This will send only the summary addresses and it will not send the individual networks of 10 network. So let's enter this command and write. Now let's give this show IP route command again on uh, uh, R2, and now we can see that it is sending only the summary address, that is 10.0.0.0.21 subnet mask, right? And this way we can reduce the size of routing a table in BGP with the help of uh, aggregate address command. Okay, if you give a summary only, then it will not send the individual routes, and if we do not give the summary option, it will send the summary address along with the individual routes. Okay, so guys, this was how we can configure BGP route aggregation on BGP routers. Thank you for watching this video.